Did you know that children with dyspraxia are 5 times more likely to experience mental health issues by the time they reach the age of 16? 84% of teenagers with dyspraxia said they felt left out of their social groups due to their differences, and 35% of those teenagers said it was a constant problem for them. 70% of their parents said that they had experienced and become victims of bullying, and 15% of those parents said that it was a constant issue for their children. That's quite a large amount. School life is quite difficult for those with dyspraxia, as we live in a society filled with normal people. We don't have the right resources to teach our children about those with special needs such as dyspraxia, which is why so many people with different needs and special needs, amputees and such on and so forth are treated so differently. Our children's TV programmes don't present characters with special needs. In fact, parents massively freaked out when CBeebies introduced a new presenter who was an amputee. There was a huge uproar about it, that it was going to be scary for their children, it wasn't something they wanted their children to see, and it was just unbelievable, it was horrific. There are almost no films that star characters with special needs, and if there is, the film is entirely based on the fact that that person has special needs, instead of including them as the rest of the characters as just normal people who just so happen to have some slight differences. No, instead the entire film is entirely based around those. I'm yet to find a film where there is a main character who has special needs and it's not based around the fact that they have special needs. All of our adverts show families that society considers perfect, and it's got that whole perfect person feel to it. This week was the first time I actually saw an advert on TV, which was made by Sky, and that included a girl who appeared to have Down syndrome, and it's a lovely, lovely advert, and it's basically lots of different families, and the children are really excited about choosing what film they want to go for. And this girl is just integrated normally. You don't see her any differently. There's nothing different that she's doing other than being excited about watching her favourite film. And, you know, what's more great than that? I think the reason we have so many issues in our society is because our media doesn't represent people with special needs as the same as everyone else. Whenever you see an article online about special needs people, it's about how sad it is that people have special needs and someone did this most amazing thing for someone with special needs, instead of just treating everyone exactly the same. We don't have any films that have people with special needs in it. I very rarely see anything at all with people with amputees in it. I can't remember the last time I saw something like that. I've seen no adverts where one of the people in the adverts is an amputee. All these models are, you know, this perfect image of just perfectness, and that's not true, because as a society we are not perfect people, we are all different. And I think that's why people with special needs, and including those with dyspraxia, which I know more about, have so many mental health issues, because if, say for example, you're in a store somewhere and your child is acting differently, or you yourself with dyspraxia is acting differently, and this has happened so many times that I've heard of people who are amputees, where there's a child who will ask their parent, "Mummy, why is so-and-so only got one arm, or why are they making funny noises?" And instead of the parent explaining to them, they kind of hush them away, as if to say, "Oh, don't ask questions about that," as if to say it's something secret that they shouldn't know about. And that person, you know, you shouldn't look at them because they're different and they're something that should be excluded and made to feel isolated. That's why so many people with special needs are left in this little bubble of isolation, because we're not included as a whole. So that's all I want to mention today, is that people with special needs suffer from so many mental health issues because as a society we do not include these types of people in our society. They're excluded and made to feel isolated. So if your children are different, allow them to be different no matter where you are, no matter what it is that they do. And if you have children who aren't aware of those with special needs, allow them to ask questions. If they say, "Mummy, why does so-and-so make funny noises?" allow them to speak to that person so they can understand themselves. Or if they're amputated, why don't you say to them, "Why don't you ask what happened to their arm?" They're not going to feel offended by it. If anything, they're going to feel welcomed, because they're finally not being isolated and made to feel that they are nothing. This should be encouraged, and I think this is such an important thing that we as a society need to do, because we can help improve one another's knowledge and one another's mental health. I could talk about this for days, so if we could please have a discussion about this in the comments, that would be great. I think this is a really, really strong topic to talk about. I hope you guys are all having a lovely week, and we'll talk again soon. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye.